多少吉祥之点，很多少吉祥之点。
요거 안 들어가지 않았어? 나도 안 들어가지.
8시 15분에 다시 찾아뵙겠습니다. 그때까지 잠깐.
이제 집에 가면 돼. 원, 투, 쓰리, 짠.
이제 10시 되면 또 오겠지.
You know I'm always down, it's like through the night. Nothing just can't get back here with you and I. You can wrap me around your finger like a band. It's nothing I don't mind. You know I'll be around whenever you like. In a hoodie or a suit and tie. I'll give you all of me for all of you if that's something that you like. 'Cause my mind's been stuck on you. Tell me what I should do. Forever not long enough when it's just us two. Been stuck on you like it's still the honeymoon. With you by my side, I'll never lose. I'm still in this